Hi, and welcome to the Ask Dr. Angela podcast with everyone's favorite OBGYN, Dr. Angela Jones. Have you ever been too embarrassed or shy to ask your own doctor about your, girl parts? Well, you've come to the right place to get straight answers. Feel free to ask Dr. Angela anything women's health related. Obstetrics and gynecology? She keeps it real. Pregnancy? She's been there, done that. Menopause? She'll get you through. Young or old, Dr. Angela's got you covered, girl. Now here's Dr. Angela.
What's good, people? This is Dr. Angela, everyone's favorite OBGYN, and I would like to welcome you to episode 265 of the Ask Dr. Angela podcast. It's a great day to be podcasting at my office. My office is so warm. It's surrounded by some of my favorite artwork pieces, as well as tons of Star Wars paraphernalia. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Anyway, it's very gray and it's drizzling outside, and I'm just really happy to be inside and not in the cold. No one would ever believe that it was just like 80-something degrees about 2 days ago. And yesterday was even nice, mid-70s, but it was just so breezy. So my mind is literally always going like 1,005 miles per hour. And I mean, it's just always racing. I just can't seem to quiet it. My wife always says to me, "You are always so preoccupied." And that's just because I always have so much going on. And certainly being asked, Dr. Angela, people are asking me stuff all the time. I mean, I'm getting tons of direct messages via social media, through email, and I check these things in real time, whether I'm in between patients or, if I'm at lunch, I'm perusing emails, etc. I just like to stay on top of what's going on. So I got a really interesting query last week, very spur of the moment, and it was from one of our friends at Romper, and she sent me a quick email, and she says, "Oh my gosh, can you answer something for me?" And I'm like, "Sure, what you got? How quickly do you need me to turn this around?" And she's like, Kardashian fast, because she might be in labor right now. I think most of you know that Khloe Kardashian recently delivered a baby girl. And so the question was, can stress cause you to go into labor? And of course, the reason that she was asking me this was apparently, unbeknownst to me, Khloe Kardashian may have been in labor, when she posed this query to me. And it turns out that she was in retrospect. But, I think with all that has been going on with the whole Tristan Thompson, and I don't really follow the tabloids too much. I've got my own affairs to tend to, so to speak, and a ton of things going on in my own world and life to be worried about what's going on in someone else's life. But the gist of it is no, I don't think that one stressful event per se is going to cause a woman to go into labor. But what I will say about stress during pregnancy is that a series of stressful events, or if you're, in a continuous stressful environment, the literature will certainly support that can negatively impact a pregnancy, and that can cause things such as preterm birth, low birth weight, high blood pressure, etc. So that's why it's really important to try to find ways to manage stress, not just during your pregnancy, but otherwise. I mean, pregnancy is already stressful enough, to not have to worry about whatever it may be, relationship issues, the stress of work, the stress of having other kids, etc. Some of these are just, nuances and normal occurrences during life, but there has to be a way, specifically during pregnancy, to try to offset some of the stress that just comes along with day-to-day living. And I'm not sure if that means exercise for you. I gave a huge shout out to exercise in the previous podcast. It might be, some meditation techniques, it could be any number of things, anything that is going to help calm your mind. For me personally, one of the things that I do to help relieve stress, I'm actually a huge fan of essential oils. And in my office at work, every day that I'm in there, I have those essential oils going, and it smells so good. My wife got me a diffuser not too long ago, and it was like the best gift, because I'm telling you, it really does help to keep me kind of, calm, cool, in my namaste moment, my Zen mode. So again, I don't know that I feel like one specific episode that's stressful in a pregnancy can all of a sudden put you into labor. But again, continued stress throughout a pregnancy can definitely impact you in those ways that I previously mentioned. So I'm really happy that Khloe Kardashian had a healthy baby girl, and certainly we wish her the best in her pregnancy. Thank you so much for tuning into this podcast to my friends at Romper. That was actually a really excellent question, and I'm always, always, always happy to be a resource for you when you need it. So thanks for your continued confidence. For those of you that have a question or a query that you would like addressed or something that you would like featured on the podcast, you know how to reach me. AskDrAngela.com. That's AskDrAngela.com. You can hit me up on any of my social media outlets. That's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and I will respond back to you. In closing, I'd like to leave you with this quote from, again, my Congratulations Graduate book. I love this book. It says, "If you have no critics, you'll likely have no success." Well, I gotta tell you, I've got a lot of critics, so I'm waiting for the success. Actually, I'm experiencing a ton of success. I'm excited about that. But if you're not doing something right, folks aren't gonna be hating on you, so to speak. So, if you got a lot of haters, a lot of hateration going on, then you're on the right path. Until next time, look better, feel better, be better. Looking forward to reconnecting on episode 265 of the Ask Dr. Angela podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Ask Dr. Angela podcast. For more information on women's health and the show notes for this episode, please visit Dr. Angela at www.askdrangela.com. While you're there, don't forget to leave your own message for Dr. Angela. See you soon! All of the information provided and discussed in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and should not take the place of consulting a physician. This podcast is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease or illness and does not and should not replace treatment from a medical professional.